11th floor.
Okay, so I went to a coffee shop downstairs and I got this coffee.
And it sucks.
And it's really not good at all, unfortunately. It's an almond milk iced latte. It tastes like the coffee's burned or something. I don't know what's going on, but I won't be returning there. I don't do that though.
You do.
Good morning!
Remember coming in, looking at the kitchen and being like, did she throw everything everywhere on purpose?
That's only when I do photography, baby.
Wait.
The bacon's really good. Okay, so this morning I am going to be going on a hike. I'll put the name of the hike right here. It seems like it's like moderate to intermediate level challenging. I should be okay. There's no ropes involved. It can get kind of muddy and there's lots of stairs, which is not a big problem for me. So I'm excited. I'm gonna get an Uber to go there. At this point in our journey, we did not rent a car, so that's why I'm taking an Uber all the way over to the trailhead. The Uber was less than $20, and the ride was about 20 minutes from Waikiki, which wasn't too bad. I was low-key afraid my Uber driver would like kidnap me because he knew I was hiking alone. This is what the trailhead looks like. You walk down this cement road, and then you'll see these signs, and this sign kind of freaked me out. It said there are wild boar walking around. This hike is also a hunting path. Be careful to not get shot. So that was kind of freaky to read, especially because I was wearing bright white, which is not really a color that stands out. Also, I was all by myself, so if a wild boar just happened to walk on my path and see me, I would be screwed. I had to be very confident and brave and do this hike anyway, because life happens when you step past your comfort zone. The good thing about hiking in Hawaii is there are no snakes, which is amazing. It's actually illegal to bring snakes onto Hawaii. You'll get arrested. After I let go of the fear of like getting attacked, I just fell in love with the nature and just the peacefulness of this hike. So I'm gonna be quiet for a second so you can hear the nature. The birds were chirping. You could hear the trees just like whooshing in the wind. It was just gorgeous. So there's a ton of switchbacks. I think there's like 8 or 9 or something. And once you finish those switchbacks, you have one more path that just goes straight up the mountain, and that part is very steep. I'm almost at the top. It's pretty steep at the end. I'm kind of getting tired. I'm gonna keep going. So this is the part where I'm going straight up the mountain. If you go on this hike right after it rains, it can be very muddy. So I was lucky and had very great conditions. It was pretty dry for the most part. At this point in my hike, I thought I was close to the top, but I wasn't. So when you finish the switchbacks and you think you're going up that steep mountain, you think it's steep until you get to the stairs. And let me tell you, the stairs will make your legs feel like jello. Especially if it rains, you're gonna be walking upstairs in the mud and it's just impossible. I just remember thinking, am I almost there? Like, how many more steps do I have? And I saw a couple people coming down the hike and I would just ask them like, how close am I to the top? Like, I just wanted them to lie to me even and just be like, you're almost there. So the closer I got to the top, I noticed the windier it was, which makes sense. One of the things I loved about this hike was the vines that overlapped the trail. So it was a great way to like stick your foot into the vine to make sure you're not going to fall. And then of course the stairs were really helpful as well, but the stairs were really skinny. So you can't really walk up straight, like facing forward. I had to walk up and down sideways because that's the way that my foot fit on the stair. So the hike back down was definitely a quad workout. They were burning at the end of this hike. The stairs, like I said, are so skinny. I was afraid I was going to miss one and just fall on my face. It's pretty steep. There's no railing and the stairs are muddy, so it's very interesting. Whenever I say something is very interesting, I mean I am scared and this is not going to end well potentially. So when All Trails says that this hike is level hard and it's challenging, they're not kidding. And what I mean by that is the steps. Like the switchbacks are not challenging at all. The steep hill, it's not that challenging, but the stairs are not easy. And they're very, very skinny. So while I was on that hike, I actually asked one of the other hikers how much closer I am to the top of the mountain, and she's like, oh, you're not that far away. And I ended up running into that same girl at the bottom of the mountain when I finished the hike. She was actually a local in Hawaii and asked if I wanted to go do another hike with her. And I was like, actually, yeah, that was kind of my plan for the day. I just didn't have a car. And so she offered a ride and I took it. It was kind of one of those like in the moment decisions. We drove just across the street to this other trail called Koko Crater. And this trail was another very challenging trail. You literally go straight up a mountain for like thousands and thousands of steps until you reach the top. Each step you take, you're stepping on a piece of wood. And if you miss the piece of wood, you will fall through the crack and split the wood or fall through and die. Like it was really intense and they were moving so fast, so I wanted to keep up with them, but I was low-key really scared. The views at the top were again exceptional and it was really windy at the top of the mountain, which honestly was so refreshing after finishing that hike. Wow. Oh my gosh. So we ended up going on one more hike together to this place called China Walls, and you can actually jump off these rocks into the water, which looked really cool, but I am a baby and I was way too scared to do that because I didn't want there to be like a sharp rock or something and then die. So I just decided to take pictures and watch them jump in, but it looked like a lot of fun. The water was like a deep royal blue and I've never seen the ocean so blue before. It was absolutely gorgeous. And you can walk around these rocks that look like they have like a wavy design on it. And that's just because the waves have crashed on the rock so many times. It forms like such a beautiful design in the rock. At this point, I think I was at like 24,000 steps. So I was pretty much hiked out for the day and I was definitely ready to make it back to Waikiki. All I wanted to do was read my book and eat a smoothie bowl on the beach. That's the only thing that sounded relaxing. Definitely not moving my legs at all. So my boyfriend actually surprised me with my favorite smoothie bowl from the Sunrise Shack, which is the peanut butter chocolate bowl. It's absolutely delicious. I sat on the beach and got through a huge chunk of my book, The Nightingale. I definitely recommend it if you haven't read it already. When I got back to the Airbnb, our building had a fire alarm that went off, which was really scary. And I wanted to like escape the building ASAP, but the alarm went off pretty fast and my boyfriend was like, we don't need to leave, we're gonna be fine, like it was just a test or something. And turns out our Airbnb host like messaged us and said they were like testing the fire alarm system, so like don't be alarmed if it goes off. But I was definitely alarmed because I did not get that message. We ended the night stopping at Waikiki Market to get some dessert. I was craving some cookie dough and my boyfriend got some pineapple and ice cream. And that was it for this day. Good morning on another day in Waikiki. I started the day by making breakfast again. I'm telling you, like, this is my favorite way to start any morning in Hawaii because when you make breakfast in the morning, you're saving money, you're eating healthy, and then all the other meals that you eat out, you can just indulge and go crazy because you saved money, time, and calories for breakfast. Today I just went with a sunny side up egg and 2 pieces of bacon. We ran out of avocado, so it's just a super high protein breakfast. I heard a lot of people rave about this place called Kona Coffee Roastery. Apparently it's supposed to be like the best coffee in Waikiki and like the island altogether, which says a lot. If you want to try this place out, just be prepared to stand in line for at minimum like 30 minutes. They also have these pastries that look absolutely delicious. They are like French pastries. Listen, like I've been to France and I've had the pastries there. They are delicious. I don't think any other place can replicate that pastry. I didn't even get any, but I did try the coffee and I gotta say it was pretty good, but I just can't justify the price. Like I think I spent almost $8 for a small latte with almond milk and I sipped it like so fast. So to me, it wasn't really worth it. And I also wasted like 40 minutes of my morning just standing in line when I could have been here on the beach. Nonetheless, I did experience it and I mean, it was good, but I don't think it was worth it. When lunch came around, I wanted to try the prepared lunch options at the Waikiki market. So they are known for their poke bar, which you can just get it by the pound. They also have pre-prepared sandwiches, like rice sandwiches you'd find in Japan. And so it kind of brought me back to like my Japan days. And so I obviously had to try one. Their sandwiches differ. So they have Spam on them. That's very popular in Hawaii. I don't know. I just grew up in a family where we never ate Spam. Like it was kind of like a family joke to not like Spam. And so I didn't really want to try that one. So I ended up getting Portuguese sausage and egg rice sandwich, which was really good. And then I got the salmon poke, which didn't have any sauce on it. And I actually really liked it because I just added soy sauce to it and it had some green onions on it. So it was like a great flavor. And then I'm a sucker for seaweed salad. So I got that as well by the pound. And this was like the perfect lunch because it had the protein, it had the healthy fats, it had the carbs, and I was eating this on the beach. So I was definitely a happy girl. So I eat primarily dairy-free, and I was wondering if Waikiki or Hawaii had any dairy-free soft serve options, and I was lucky enough to find one. I was so excited to try it out. I'm walking 50 minutes or so to go to this soft serve vegan dairy-free ice cream place. They do soft serve. I'm so excited, and I think they also have cookies, so I'm hoping they didn't run out. But it is kind of a journey to get all the way over there. I'm dedicated and excited. I was kind of happy to get out of the center of Waikiki because it is so touristy and there's all these skyscrapers. But when you step out of that town, all of a sudden you can really experience what Hawaii is like. So I enjoyed this walk a lot. And when I made it to Niu Soft Serve, I think that's how you pronounce it, they did have cookies, but they only had one left, unfortunately. So I got the cookie and then I chose the cereal milk soft serve flavor, which was so delicious. I didn't really taste the cereal in it, but it was a good flavor. I thought it was more like vanilla in my opinion, but the cookie was a miso caramel cookie. It was so soft. It was so delicious. And the ice cream was the perfect texture. I literally could not even tell that there was no dairy in this. I got a custom sundae, so I just got whipped cream and fudge on top. And it was hot fudge, but it was absolutely delicious. I wanted to go back right away. I only ate half the cookie so that I could walk back to my boyfriend and give him the other half, and that took a lot of self-control to do that.